So some days ago I was doing a wooden spoon and I got some blisters and I wanted to do a finger protection made out of leather so that could help me. I'm gonna use a knife. I'm gonna use also an awl, some leather ropes, some wax ropes, sorry, a pencil so that I can draw, and a needle. I'm gonna do this project out of scrap leather. That way I'm I give some use to this leather. Instead of throwing it away, I can do small projects like this. This could be also leather from a seat, from a belt, or from a purse. As you can see there was a leather purse that I used to make a leather pouch. So my finger is kind of big, so I need a bigger piece of leather. I want the piece of leather to be a little bit bigger than my finger. That way I can cut it off and put it into shape. I also need it to also it needs to be a little bit bigger, that way it can protect the sides. The other piece of leather that's gonna be like a ring is gonna be black, since this is made out of scraps. I'm gonna put all the other piece of leathers are the leather to the box for another project. So here first I'm gonna trace my finger with the pencil. I'm gonna do it a little bit light, and then so that I can get the figure. Then I'm gonna trace it darker. You wanna make sure it's very visible. I'm gonna try to measure the leather piece there. It's a little bit hard since it's very small and my fingers are really big. That way I can make it tighter or looser. Here with the knife it can also be scissors, but you need to be careful not to cut yourself. More than it's a very small place and your fingers are very close to the blade, you need to be careful. Since it's gonna be a finger protection and you're gonna use it a lot, it doesn't need to be that good, and it also is something that everyone can do as long as they have the materials that are needed to. So it took me a while to cut the piece, and more because I had the camera in front of me. So here the leather strand that I'm gonna use as the ring is gonna be, I'm gonna make it wider on the sides, on the corners, and I'm gonna try to make them a little bit round and of the same size, both, and you'll see why on the end. Remember, be careful with the knife, don't cut yourself, please. After this we're gonna use the awl to punch a hole into the leather piece, the protection, and the strand. Sorry, you're gonna punch two holes so that you can tie it off. I made a little, sorry, I made a little hole on the table. Don't do the a hole in the table, please. Um, like that, and it's gonna be round and big so that where you put the back of the knife is where you put that those pieces. That way you get more protection and be less likely to get blisters. For the line or the ropes, you want to get a long enough piece so that you don't run out during the stitching. But I think here I went a little bit over the what I needed, so that's why you don't need to throw them all away. Then you're gonna do a knot at the end so that you can attach the leather. You wanna make like 3 or 4 knots, like over each knot. That way it's big, it doesn't go through the leather. It was a little bit hard for me since I have big hands and big fingers. And then you're gonna just do it as if it was a button. Just go in and out, in and out, in and out a couple of times, and then just tie it off at the end. And this was the end piece. It came out pretty good. It's a little bit hard to bend the finger, but I guess that's why you need to sacrifice something to get something else. It was a little bit big. I should have made it a little small, but overall, it was really good. Thank you for watching.